still love to play. I don't have so much time right now, but I was involved for real in the industry of electronic sports, and not only games, but electronic sports 10 years ago. And I was researching and trying to set up understanding so I could enter the industry with more solid backgrounds. And the first gap I saw was about the legislation and also regulation. And after that, I moved on.
Perfect. So you think the esports industry is promising or is a reality?
It's a reality. Not with the numbers you see around, like billions of dollars, probably millions right now, but most of these kind of investments, they are going to or coming from the electronic industry. I mean, the electronic games industry. So that means commerce. When it comes to electronic sports, I mean, the practice, the sport itself, it's more like a millionaire, but still based on events. So the event has that kind of investment and not so much the clubs or the teams or the athletes, whatever, like you see in football and other sports right now. It's a little bit overreact. It's a little bit, you have an overreaction about the numbers.
So you think they are estimating these numbers and putting now and using now, and on the near future we'll get on those numbers?
Hi, Marina. Marina is saying hi to us right there. And actually, I think we are going to see in some point, but not in a short period of time, probably in 10 years, 15 years, something getting more near to this number, but not billions, not like now. No.
Perfect. So you think during this time at home, during quarantine, people are practicing gaming more on a daily basis? Do you think those players at home may become a future, a potential professional esport player?
Yeah, they are right now. When you talk about esports, you have to have in mind that first it's made by people who wants and are trying to get an entertainment. So they turn on their video game or they turn on their computer looking for entertainment. The second thing is to make the practitioners understand what's sports and what's electronics. They already know about electronics, but they are not used to know what sports, I mean, the professional way. So that said, they need to understand, and you have to educate them about what is to become a professional athlete. And it demands a lot of communication and a lot of education. So you can have an environment where you have a real athlete with real rights inside an institutional environment, no matter if it is private or not. And then you have some kind of, relations and reactions with this kind of environment.
Perfect. So let's talk about WESCO, the institutional. That's for me is the most present, the most important present, the most important governing body in the road for esports. You as a president, what do you tell for us? What's the main purpose of WESCO? What are your short-term, mid-term, and long-term goals?
Sure. Hi, Rafael. How are you? So just adding some points for the previous question, and I think right now we need to use the electronic entertainment, most specifically the electronic sports. And by the way, electronic sports, it's really a short and a small number of games that fit into the esports. The rest, it's only electronic games. And we need to use this time, and we need to use this Corona and COVID, this kind of reclusion inside our homes to put we're going to learn a lot of good things, after this terrible period stops. And we need to learn a lot from that. Now, going back to your question about Wesco, I never try to call ourselves as I don't like the concept of the governing body, the sole governing body, because it looks like something like a goddess thing, something like that. I think people and sports, the general sports, should change and fast, because these old models of confederations, federations, they need to move on. They need to go to the private sector or a mixed company for educational and social inclusion and social development kind of actions. You can go like non-for-profit. But when it comes to the integrity of the athletes and also the wealthy of the whole system, you have to go to the private. You avoid a lot of corruption. You avoid a lot of problems that you already have with the regular sports model, and that would be wonderful. And we try to build Wesco and to have Wesco, the World Sports Consortium, in this kind of vision, disruptive, new, very modern when it comes to the administration model and the management model. And it's going pretty well so far. We are putting esports in regions you would never reach with the old model, like Africa, for instance, or even small countries from Caribbean. They have a wonderful, wonderful environment there. They are doing a wonderful job there, and we don't pay attention because we are too used to look to yourselves as the source of all environment. And that's not the case. I mean, if you pay attention to the African region right now, it's going to be the new Americas. So if you are already there, if you have one of your foot inside there, you will have a wonderful return. But they need support. They need your participation, and then they need you to extend your hand for them. This is what Wesco is doing right now. We try to provide standards. We try to provide codes, regulation, help in this environment, and our criteria of affiliation are quite restrictive, but in a way to provoke the people trying to join Wesco, because they need to understand that they have to have an infrastructure. I will give you a short example. I know our time is short. Just to give you an example, a lot of people said, "Oh, I have a federation. I have a confederation." Well, they have no idea what does it mean. I mean, you have to have an infrastructure for that: commissions, regulations, codes, rules, and articles and studies and everything to provide the integrity of your category and to the athletes as well. So, and also sustainability. And you have to prove yourself financially capable of sustaining your operations. And that means a lot. So we try to make the other national federations, associations, whatever is the name you can call it in your country, we try to make them understand that first they need that. It's not only about, I have a federation and I have an event. I'm having competition, championship. With whom? Five guys together with a Facebook page, with a fancy and nice logo. This is not a club. This is not a team. This is not a professional team. Conceptually, they have no registration. They are not a company. What they are? So you see. And what about the labor contracts? What about the healthy and the underage people? What do you do with them? And what about your own national federation? Do you have your infrastructure before you have any kind of championship? You can have that to foment, to promote. That's a wonderful thing. But on the other side, you are a federation. So you have to have professional competitions and everything. And to have that, you have to give your athletes and the participants a career, a ranking, a goal. Otherwise, you open a private company and promote esports event. That's it. You can have money easily and quickly than having a federation and so on. So that's what we try to put on the people. We try to make them understand everything that is concerned in this whole institutional environment.
Perfect. So I do thank you for your time, and thank you for Wesco for being institutional partner with Road SBN for over 1 year. Appreciate all the kindness you have done with us. And today we have talked to Daniel Cossi. He's the president of Wesco Road Esports Consortium. Thank you. Have a great day, Daniel.
My pleasure. Thank you. Congratulations. Bye, guys.
Bye.